We are now on page 43 of Coding for Beginners using Scratch, and we're going to add a game over screen. So number 1 says select the ball sprite, and it is still selected from the last time, and replace the stop all with a broadcast block. So stop all is just going to go away, and that is an event command, so we want to do a broadcast. And we're going to broadcast a game over message. So we need to create a new message, and this one's going to be called game over, and click on OK. And now we want to create a game over screen. It says click on the paintbrush, and that'll bring up our editor here. And so that brings up the painting tools. We want to do text, so click on the T here. And then on the screen, pick a color from the palette and choose a type style, and then type game over. So let's just click here, and let's do a color. So you can pick whatever you want to down here, and we're going to type game over, and here we can do a font. And actually, let's just go ahead and type it. They did all caps, we'll do all caps. Game over. And let's see if I can try some different fonts here. Donegal, they don't give you a lot of choices here, do they? Gloria, Helvetica, Marker, Mystery, and Scratch. Okay. Okay, I kind of like that one, but let's make it a little bit bigger here. Let's make it a lot bigger. Click on it, the handles will appear, and you can stretch it. And I'm going to kind of make it go from edge to edge here. So there we go. And now this is our new sprite here. I'm going to rename this. Right click on it and choose info and change it from sprite 1 to, we'll call it game over. Okay. And then let's go up here, and first we had to click on the blue and white arrow. Now let's go over here and see what we get like that. It'd be cool if the shadow would stay there too. I kind of like that. So what we want to do is we want to hide this until the game is over. So let's go back and write a script for it. Okay, so at the beginning, when they click on the green flag, make sure you got this selected with the blue outline down here. At the beginning, when they click on the green flag, what we want to do is we want to hide it. So that's a control command, and I'm sorry, that's a looks command. And so we want to say hide. Okay. And then when the game is over, that's another event occurs. So when I receive, and what I receive is the game over message, then what I want to do is I want to show. So that's going to be another looks, and it's going to be show. And then add a repeat loop. So let's go to our control commands here, and we're going to do repeat a specific number of times. So, and it's going to be 25 times. Click on it. When it turns blue, then you can type in 25. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the color of this. So that is a looks command. So change the color effect, and they're having us change it by 50, which is actually quite a bit. I don't think we're going to get a lot of colors. I think we get about 4 different colors here. And then we're going to wait a 20th of a second, 0.05. That's a control command. And so we're going to put this in here and click on it. And you don't need the 0.05. You can just type 0.05 and it still works. And then when we get done with that, so it's going to, if we do that 25 times, it's going to be a little over a second. And then when we get all done, what we want to do is we want to stop everything. That's another control command. So let's go ahead and run the program now, and we'll see what happens. And I want to hurry up and end the program, and so I'm just going to let the ball go, and we'll see what happens at the end. Okay, it makes it kind of flash. Okay, so let's stop it. What we're going to do is we're going to make a change here. We're going to change it by 5 instead of 50. And we're going to change this, let me see, 100 times. And let's just try it like that. So it'll change 20 times a second, but it won't change nearly as much as it did before. So let's try to run it again. Okay, so the first way it kind of looks like it's flashing, and with my way it just looks like it's kind of gradually changing color. So either way works fine. I think there's one other thing we want to do here, and that is when the game is over, let's get rid of these things too. So when they receive the game over, so that's going to be an event. So when they receive game over, then they're going to hide. Okay, so we'll go to control here, and we will choose, go to Lux, and we will do hide. And then we'll do the same thing for the paddle. And so we want an event, and when I receive the game over, then I'm going to hide. Okay, so let's try it now. Let's run it, and I'll get out of there. So right away we get to game over, and the paddle hides and the ball hides, and it flashes game over. If you want to play around with this a little bit, I'm not going to give you the code to do it, but this is what I would suggest. Play with, let the user have more than one ball to play with. Let them have like 3 chances or 5 chances or something like that. And also keep score. Okay, so like every time they hit the ball, have a score variable and add 1 onto it. Okay, you would need another variable, a third variable. So we've got speed now, which speeds up the ball. We've got score, which we add 1 to every time the ball hits the paddle. And if you want to let them do it multiple times, then let's say you want to have them hit 3 balls. So you would have a variable called balls left or something like that. Set it to 3 at the beginning, and every time the ball gets past the paddle, then you subtract 1 from the number of balls left, and when balls left gets down to 0, then the game is over. So if you want a little bit of a challenge, if you get done with this very quickly, try to do that.